On today's episode of Open Box Policy, we talk about the impending beard battle loss. It's a beard battle loss.
Loser.
Yeah, that I lost. Tonight is the night we're going to end up shaving my beard after the podcast. We're going to post it on socials.
Correct, because tell them how I won. I grew
Devin
the
won.
world's most perfect beard.
I know, and it is big, and it is well.
No, it's none of those things.
It's good.
If you are a fan of Abe Lincoln, then you're a fan of me.
Yeah, well, and you'll hear more about it in the podcast. Devin grew a beard. Congratulations. I have to shave my beard. Yeah, I'm never going to bet Devin on anything again. We move into, I just got back from Colorado. It was a bit of an interesting trip. I wrote down ruined trip. Jamie wrote down uninvited guests. So that's going to be the lead in for the second topic. It's going to be uninvited guests and how we dealt with that. And then we're going to talk about a situation that I ran into when someone should have just shut up. They should have just stopped talking, and then I posed the question to...
So that's basically me.
Yeah.
And that's how I am.
Yeah, when Jamie should just shut up. Yeah. Devin tells a good story about when he should have shut up. Jamie tells us that apparently she never can shut up. And then I tell a good story about when I should have shut up.
Yeah.
And we also want to hear your story of when you probably shouldn't have said what you just said and when you probably should have kept your mouth shut. Hit us up on our socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at OBP_raw.
And send us an email. You know, it's been taking us a while to get through all of the hundreds of emails we get every single week, but we will get to yours. But send one to us.
Eventually.
At obppodcast@gmail.com.
You okay, Jamie?
I got a nut stuck in my throat. I'm trying to eat
nice.
this nut and fruit. No, not nice.
I hate when that happens.
You get a nut stuck in your throat.
All the nuts in my throat.
Yeah.
I was gonna when Jamie said that, I was gonna be like, "That's definitely
throat.
not the first time you've ever said that." Like,
No.
I don't want to talk about it.
Just go straight to my stomach.
I can see you're disgusting. I can see your mind. Her mind. As soon as I said that, it was like
I did. I looked at you and I was like,
yeah, she's thinking about all the gruesome shit she could say to me.
I could say.
Yeah.
No, it's just, I mean, I'm sure that's not the first time you've eaten nuts, Jamie, and it's probably not the first time you've gotten them, like, pieces
salty.
lodged in your throat.
That's what, yeah.
They're also usually super salty.
Yeah, salty nuts.
Salty nuts.
So are we going to talk about it now or at the end of the podcast?
Nuts?
No, not nuts, Jamie.
Damn
that
it.
I lost.
You fucking lost.
I lost again.
Let's just get out. Yeah.
I lost the weight loss battle.
What was the punishment for that?
We never did it.
You guys didn't do it.
We never did a punishment because we kept trying to think of what it was, and then we just moved on and we got past it.
And then
the punishment, Josh quit. Yeah, the punishment was going to be I was going to have to go to an open mic night.
That's what it was. I remember.
And do jokes. Yeah.
And they tell jokes and they tell stories and stuff. And hopefully.
Slam poetry. That would have been good.
Slam poetry. Yeah. My mom doesn't love me. Yeah.
We could always bring that back up, dude.
Yeah.
We should do that.
My family is fucked. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm already
depressed.
Well, so far Adam is not on a good streak, so if we do another competition,
I'm going to lose statistically. Well, I don't know. I guess statistically I would need to win at some point. So maybe the next one I will win.
Depending on what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I know I lost.
He lost.
If you haven't been keeping up with this, this is for our listeners. If you haven't been keeping up with this, Devin and I had a conversation about 2 months ago where
I was in the conversation as well.
Well, yes, sorry.
But I don't have,
and Jamie
I don't
had a conversation
hair,
as well,
unfortunately.
Yeah. Where I basically bet Devin, or I told Devin I didn't think that he could grow a beard, not because I didn't think that the hair would actually grow. I basically said, I don't think you'll be able to keep up with it because it's going to come in, it's going to be dirty and shitty, and you'll hate it, and your girlfriend will hate it, and everyone's going to hate it.
Man.
And everyone's going to start to hate you.
Yes, and
you're gonna
everyone's
get
going to generally hate you.
And look
So
at his look at his little baby face now.
Look at
It's
my
a
beaut.
man's face.
what I didn't take into consideration
girlfriend
was
loves it.
Devin's resolve.
Yeah.
That he would just be like, I'm just going to do it just to see you lose.
Yeah.
You know,
He dominated it. It looks good.
that's exactly what
Anna
happened.
loves it. Like all around, this is a winning competition for you.
It grew in better than I expected.
Yeah.
We haven't really posted any updated pictures. We just kind of waited until the end to post side by sides. But
He looks like a man.
Although I
I
have
look like Abe
basically
Lincoln, brother.
told you 15 times we need to post
I know.
like before and after, and you just keep sending them to me.
You do. No, you just keep sending the pictures to us.
Yeah, but you
without
don't post them.
And like
No, bro.
here,
I'm not gonna post them.
I looked the other day and there were like 5 beard shots in all
Yeah.
different angles, and I was like, all right, it looks
So
good.
yeah, we probably should do that.
So
Well,
what
I'm just gonna
happened?
post a single post and
So
and
for
line them all up.
people,
No,
people who haven't been keeping up with it, what happens if you lose, Adam?
I have a very prodigious beard. I've been growing a beard for a long time. You'll know
Prodigious.
I
it
can't
is
wait to see
prodigious.
your chin. I've never seen your chin.
Exactly.
bare.
A lot of people haven't. I've always
He's
had a
got a
goatee.
weak chin.
Glenn has a weak chin. That's why I love his beard.
Glenn, I wouldn't call Glenn's chin
Are you
weak.
kidding me?
It's not weak. It is.
He has no chin.
and
at all.
He has kind of a butt chin, right? He's got like,
No, his chin is nice and smooth, but he has no chin. But when I met him, he was no chin McCready. He didn't grow a beard till later.
That's
but
what we called him.
but he
no
has
chin
but
McCready.
he has that huge beard now. So maybe it's a little more
he's got a hell of a beard.
yeah. So
Mine is
I
trim
can't wait
and
to see
long
your
on the
chin.
My beard is trim on the sides and long on the chin, so it kind of looks like.
Let me put your finger on your chin.
I'm
Like where
touching my
underneath
chin.
your Okay. Oh. This is gonna be sorry. This is gonna be fun. I'm
You
excited.
can hear it in Jamie's voice.
What? Are you afraid I don't have? I have
oh.
a chin. I just don't have much of one, but I have a chin.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah. Anyway,
Because I'm not dating
Adam,
you.
tell us how long you've had facial hair.
so I've been growing.
Continuously.
I've been growing a goatee since I was in high school, and then I would shave it during high school or during like the year, and I would have it during the summer. I got out and I had a consistent goatee all the way through college. Shaved it off a couple times, but most of the time I had at least a goatee because that was like the hot thing, in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Right.
I continued to have that goatee, and then I started to put length in it. So the chin hair got really long because that was also kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then I finally trimmed all that off, and I grew in the sides, and I just had a normal beard.
But that's been over the last 3 years.
3
that
or
you've
4
grown inside.
years.
Because when I first met you, all you had was
the goatee.
this. You didn't have a beard at all when I first met you.
So it's actually been about 5 years then, 4 or 5 years.
Well, no, because I didn't meet you until after I had Porter. And Porter's 3.
Oh.
He'll be 4 in May.
I feel like, really?
Glenn started working with you in like January of when I was pregnant with Porter, but I didn't meet you until after I had him.
Oh,
when we
that's
did the
weird.
escape room.
Okay.
And all you had was this. And then eventually you grew that in.
All
So
right,
you've
that's
had
weird.
facial hair pretty much since high school.
On and off. Yeah, I have. So I can only remember maybe twice since high school. Or let's just say since I graduated high school that I have been completely clean shaven. My college ID
Wow.
twice. My college ID, I have a goatee. Like I have a goatee, and my college ID, I got photographed for my college ID, like in my senior year of high school.
But since you keep the sides short, I don't think that you are somebody who will shave and be unrecognizable. Like
No.
when Glenn shaves, he has people who don't recognize who he is until
Yeah.
he opens his mouth.
Glenn
because
actually had
it's a
That's
super
crazy.
full beard, but you keep your sides, so you can still see the shape of your face.
Yeah. So Glenn
Except for
came
your
into
weak
work one
chin.
day after he shaved, and he went over to
Yep.
someone's desk, and he was like, "Hey, I need to send you a phone call, or I need you to do something." And the guy was like, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
Like
Glenn
he didn't.
told me that.
Dude, all right. So you've told me this story before.
Oh, we
and
did?
I was like, what? like Glenn's got to be the only guy that's Australian in the office, right?
So
But I think
we've had this conversation. What we're forgetting is to add into the equation that the guy that he went up to probably not the
dumbass?
sharpest, probably not the sharpest tool in the shed.
I don't know. I guess, I mean, I don't know how much he talks to this guy, but I forget all the time that Glenn's Australian because I hear it so much and you're just used to it. Now, I'm not saying this guy's used to it, but if you work with him every day and talk to him every day for 3 or 4 years, sometimes you can just unhear it.
His accent has softened considerably.
When he you know what? So at work, when I come in and visit him at work, I can tell it's softened a bit. When he gets home, he can.
Yeah, he lets cunts fly.
Well, and he has a fucking couple beers in him. He's like speaking a different language.
Wait till when we go to Australia. Holy fuck! Like he is just super aka. Just he is in it. He is It's woo. There's a lot of cunts flying around.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your punishment. Go ahead, Adam.
No, I have to shave my beard. I have to shave my beard completely. I'm gonna ask that instead of putting a razor on my face, that I can just trim it to stubble, which my beard trimmer will trim to stubble. Like there's nothing there. It's just like, but it'll give me at least a few day head start, so I'm not.
So I get to videotape it,
so I can put my shit back on.
Jamie gets to videotape it.
We're
doing it tonight.
Yeah. We're going to post it on socials. If you are not following Open Box Policy on Facebook, Twitter, even though we never post on Twitter or Instagram, we will be posting pictures to our socials on Facebook and Instagram. Please follow us, OBP_raw. That is you're going to hear it in the intro. I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you again, but we would love to hear from you.
That is, as the children say, handles.
Yeah, that is
our social media handle.
Yeah. So you all already know a little bit about how I went on vacation. That's one of the reasons why we didn't post last week. You all know a little bit about what happened and how my vacation started. I'm going to quickly tell it. I'm going to retell the story.
I never heard how it ended, so I'm excited to hear that.
I just heard today how it ended.
It ended better than it started.
It did.
So for our listeners, I went on a quote unquote guys trip to Colorado.
Very important part of the story.
You understand that this was a guys trip.
Bunch of dudes hanging out for a week.
It was going to be 3 guys, and I hear that somewhere near the weekend, which would be 4 or 5 days into my trip, or 3 or 4 days into my trip, there might be some other friends that are going to come out. No worries.
Guy friend.
Well, I knew that it was going to be a guy and potentially his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, but I knew
bad.
that. So, we arrived to Denver on a Wednesday. We get there on a Wednesday, and we get in the car, and we start heading towards Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Getting ready for the Bro Fest.
And
2 dudes chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
And I want you to know there was plenty of hot tubbing on this trip, and I was much closer than 5 feet.
Because you were comfortable.
There were numerous times when I accidentally touched people's feet and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Okay.
You're like, "Want to make out?" Anyway,
yeah.
Continue.
We get in the car and we start heading towards Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and the guy that was heading up this trip, my buddy, says, "Oh yeah, my other friend and his girlfriend they just arrived at the airport in Hayden, Colorado. It's right outside Steamboat Springs. They're going to meet us there." And it took a minute to sink in, and I turned around to him and I was like, "Wait, they're already here?" And he said, "Yeah, they're already here." And I was like, "Well, they're not supposed to be here till like the weekend." I thought they were just going to because we had a free condo we were staying in, and obviously there's limited space. I knew there was probably at least 4 bedrooms. It was a big condo. So, I'm already like, okay, well, so much for that. I mean, I kind of know this other guy. I don't know his girlfriend, but you know what? I can get along with anybody. Whatever.
Yeah.
But, you're kind of starting off where you're like, well, so something has already changed. And I am like a child in the fact that once I have an expectation set or once I have my hopes up, I just assume everything's going to be that way. And then if it gets crushed, I get all pissy about it.
Especially crushed when
that
you're
just
there
happened to
and
me
in
tonight.
it, and you're like,
Yes, when I've already spent money on a flight and I'm
and
like
you're
already
excited,
here.
and it's not even like you got a warning like a couple days before. You like are like, yeah, here we go, guys trip, and then you're in it.
Yeah.
And
What would you say, Devin?
I said that happened to me tonight. Like I think I have the same mentality. Like I set certain expectations. It can be known to others, but it can just be personal expectations. And when they aren't fulfilled, I'm like just pissy about it.
Oh, is it because
man,
we were late recording? Is that why? Is that?
No. That wasn't.
Oh, he's
it
not
was
taking
something.
a shot at you. Yeesh.
No, I'm not. I'm not always taking a shot at you, Adam. But yeah, that happened with me and Anna tonight in the kitchen. Some of our plans that we had for tomorrow kind of changed, and I had set some personal expectations for the day.
Now, did she know about these expectations, or was it just kind of okay?
No, that's why I said personal, and it just kind of pissed me off when things changed. But so I feel the same way, Adam. Like I set those expectations for myself.
So
I stopped doing that when I had kids because I realized that 99% of the expectations
Everything
that I
was gonna
set
be
every
shattered.
day never happens. I expect to go to Target and do this and do all this stuff and then all this stuff, and none of it happens the way you plan, and it's just like I stopped.
Did you like that meme that I sent to you in the group text?
Yes, I said that's me every goddamn day. Every day.
We could post that.
Yeah,
we could post that to our socials too.
But yeah, once you have kids, just nothing goes as planned anymore. So I stopped setting expectations. As long as I get out of bed and I can get them in bed at 7:00 every night, that is a goal for me. And they're still alive. So
I like living my life like that, to be honest, with kind of some expectation, not really an expectation, though, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anna is completely opposite. She has to have some sort of loose plan for throughout the day, so she doesn't freak out.
But she has to have a loose plan. That's better than somebody who has to have a very strict plan. Things have to go this way. And if they don't,
that's true.
I'll lose my shit. Like, I know people like that. It's like, I have to get this stuff done. If I don't, I'm stressed out, anxiety, blah, blah, blah. And I used to kind of be like that. And like I said, then I had kids, and like, God, even
and that just blew everything
and even
up.
my work. Like, I have deadlines on Wednesdays and Fridays, but then my days before that, I just have to like work when I can. Oh, I expect to work 3 hours. Oh, look, Porter fucking puked on the floor. I guess that I'm not going to work for the next 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like,
is it bad that I just see your kid just standing there looking at you and then going,
that's all
and just like vomiting?
That's exactly
on
what
the
he
floor?
does. Neither of my kids vomited until they were older, so they don't know what to do. Especially Elle. Elle is almost 8, and she will still. She didn't vomit till she was 6, so still she'll be like, I don't feel good, and then she'll just vomit wherever she's standing. Like, she has no.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
She doesn't like run anywhere?
No, she doesn't. And she doesn't know how to do that. She's just like. I mean, she threw up a couple months ago, and she came down. She's like, I threw up on myself. And I was like, why? And she was like, I didn't know what to do. And she just puked everywhere, rather than like a child who goes like, oh, I should probably go somewhere besides like my body. So, yeah.
So, kids are weird, man.
Kids are fucking, weird. Super weird.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Yeah, I was trying to tell you a story, and y'all got off on a tangent because our
I'm
fucking
sorry.
our technology.
Sorry, we got to
fucking up.
talking about our kids. Anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yes. Oh yeah, your story. God damn it, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. So where were we? Guys trip.
You were heading there, and you found out that somebody was coming.
We found out the other 2 people were already there. So we got to, which I didn't know. So we got to the condo, and they said, all these other 2 people are going to walk out, or they're going to come out and meet us.
The guy and his girlfriend.
The guy and his girlfriend. So we get there. It's the guy, his girlfriend, another girl, and the other girl is holding on to a 22-month-old little boy, and they're both walking towards us. So we have some like random small talk, and they say, "Oh, this is my friend. She lives in Colorado. She just kind of came up." And
That'd be like, so you're leaving, right?
so I said, "Wait." Like after about 5 minutes of this like random uncomfortable small talk, I said, "Wait, are you staying with us?" Like I just asked her point blank because I'm like, I'm on fucking vacation. I don't want to be here with a child. Are you staying with us? And she was like, Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I'll say this:
dude?
I have kids, and I would be pissed. So it's not just Adam being like, I don't have kids. I don't want kids around me. Like, I would be mad too. Like, if I was getting away for a while and somebody brought and like that's
on a guy's trip,
and that's a little kid too. That is not a self-sufficient.
22 months. I mean, it was a toddler.
Yeah,
just a toddler. So
technically younger than a toddler. Yeah, no way.
So I thought for a second, like, oh, I'm in like the fucking Twilight Zone. Maybe she'll stay for like a night. Maybe she'll go away. She walks away.
Maybe she's kidding.
She walks away, and they all walk away. And we ask our buddy, we're like, "Hey, man, you need to like talk to your friend and just be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you think that just because we have like a free place to stay, that your girlfriend can invite her friend from college and that can just like come stay with us? With her baby.
Why would she want to bring her baby?
She brought a baby. So that's day one. That's Wednesday."
So wait, did your friend not know about this?
I don't think he did. I think because originally they said that on the weekend, around Saturday or Sunday, this is on a Wednesday, they said that they had a friend that lived in Colorado that they might bring out or like tell her to come up and stay a night with us. We'll all party. We'll have a great time. No big deal. So no big deal. She took that as, okay, I'll bring my baby and I'll show up on Wednesday.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't know. I don't know your friend. I don't know the type of people that he likes to hang out with. But I don't believe that it'd just be like, yeah, like you just come on up on the weekend. And I don't think that they wouldn't be like, well, can we come up Wednesday? And he wouldn't be like, yeah, just come up Wednesday. He's like, well, can we bring our friend with a kid? Yeah, that's cool too.
I don't know, man. He was pretty pissed off about it. He was pissed off enough about it for me to believe that like he didn't know.
If you're that pissed off about it and they're your friend, I would be having a conversation with them and be like, look, you guys can stay up here for a couple nights, but you're going to have to turn around and go back home.
Yeah, so
like, there is certain expectations for these other people that I've invited, and you've just invited someone on your own behalf without even fucking telling me.
So
that's fucked up. Get off my mouth.
Yes, exactly. So we kind of had those conversations, and like I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. The trip was good. We worked around it, and it's not like we were having to nurse like
she's passing
breastfeed like a baby every day. I mean, it was, but I mean, there were numerous times when I was obviously inebriated, and there was this little like pitter patter of toddler running around in front of me, and I am like trying to hand me balls to throw and stuff, and I was like, I'm not.
Is it, a dog? That's what my dog does.
It kept like jumping off the couch and moving pillows around and stuff, and I was like, I can't handle this.
I just can't believe that she would want to do that. I mean, like, it's not convenient to have a child that small and like pick up and go somewhere for a weekend without like bringing 20 billion things for your kid, and then they never sleep good and they never eat good. Like, that would be more stressful to do.
Yes.
That. I don't understand
I can't believe that the dude's friend thought it was okay to invite his girlfriend's friend. I
guess we don't know.
With a fucking 2-year-old.
I guess we don't know the relationship. Maybe he felt like super pressured, or maybe she gave him a bunch of good old BJs.
So we talked about that, and we're like,
bring 'em.
Maybe she was like, oh, my friend's going to come. And then last minute, she's like, wait, is it okay if she brings her child with her? And he's probably like,
I can't.
I don't want to piss her off. So, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Look, it ended up being a good trip. We had a good time. It was, overall, it was good. Steamboat Springs is beautiful. Everything up there is amazing. But, yeah, that was a bit of a weird thing with everything.
So, are you... Do you want me to stop?
What's happening?
It just keeps acting all fucked up.
So it's still recording?
Everything's fine. But yeah, it's still recording, but it keeps giving me error messages, and it keeps like putting your FaceTime in front of the counter where I can't see the counter and all this shit, and it's not acting like it's recording, but it says it is. Anyway, let's just have a hard edit, and I won't even talk. I want to tell a quick story about what a lady.
Let's save the question for a full podcast.
That works.
Because that's like a deep podcast.
That's good.
Huh?
Let's save the question for a different podcast because it is a deep one. I think that we could get into a lot of conversations with
about the job. Okay,
no,
then I'm
just about like have you ever done anything that is just for you?
That's fine. That'll be a good topic. Then I'm going to tell you all what happened.
Someone write that down. Devin, write it down. Put it on sticky note so we can do it next time because I think that's a good one.
Yeah, but you've said that before and you don't do it. Make sure you write it.
Yeah, you don't do it. I don't know anything about it. You probably do it.
Anyway, all right. So here, just count me in and we're just going to have a hard fucking stop, I guess.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that was better than mine. Fuck you.
No,
that was the most northern thing that I've ever heard Jamie say.
That, so I'll choose his over yours. Anyway, so I go to an eye doctor, and I sign in, and something happens to me all the time. It's been happening to me for years. So if I go into like a quiet doctor's office, and they're like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And I'm like, "Hello, my name's Adam Sanders." People are like, oh,
"You're the
he
movie
must be on the
guy."
radio.
Hello,
like people just say that.
My name is Adam Sanders.
Yeah, hi. This is Movie Phone. Like, press 1 for more information.
You do that whole thing. You do that?
No.
No, not that. Not that. Like when people say hi, you do a whole like, "Hi, I'm at."
No, but it just sounds that way to normal people. I'll just be like, "Hi, yes, I'm just here for an appointment." But people just turn around because they're like, "This guy's he's got such like a deep voice." Like So I went in and the woman was talking to me and I made a few jokes and we were laughing and she said, "You can sit right over here." And I was like, "Okay, like I'll sit over here," just like that, But it just stands out. It's happened to me my whole life. I don't try to sell it. I'm not trying to blow it out of proportion. Everywhere I fucking go. In Colorado, I opened a door for an old lady, and she was like, "Thank you, sir." And I was like, "You're welcome, ma'am."
I don't believe
"Are
that
you on
story.
the radio?" And I was like, "I swear to God."
That was like me in my early 20s when I used to have my boobs out all the time.
Yeah.
Be like, "Oh,
yeah."
hello.
They ask you if you're on the radio by the look of your
what
boobs.
Do you do? Ooh.
I
Then
swear
they see
to
my
God.
face and they're like, "You're on the radio."
I swear to God. I opened the door for an old lady and she said, "Thank you very much." And I said, "You're welcome."
Wait, no. Let's back up. Let's fucking back up. Now I know the story's made up.
Oh my God. Was she wearing a pilgrim outfit too?
Now I fucking know it's made up.
It's not made up.
She curtsied.
I am telling you all the she curtsied.
No, I don't
she did
believe
like the
it.
little like, "Oh, thank you, sir." Like she did like
believe
this. She did. She was like a cool traditional old lady. She was like,
did she have a cane and a
She
monocle?
did a little boop boop.
Yeah, and she put one leg behind the other, and she like did this
She
little
was
thing.
like Little Women.
No, it was just a sweet thing.
Yeah.
Like an old lady was like, "You're opening the door for me." Like, "Well, thank you, good sir." And I was like, "You're welcome, ma'am." And she walked inside. I swear to God, this is a real fucking story. It just happened randomly. She was like, "Are you on the radio?" And I said, I have like a podcast.
Well, good for you, sir.
Like,
here, take a silver
happens to me
dollar.
constantly.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. Thank you. Here,
Yeah.
take this 2-bit piece. Go buy yourself a drink. So I sit down and I start filling out some paperwork. To my left, there is an older woman with what looks like her granddaughter, probably. I don't think it was her daughter. It's probably her granddaughter. Granddaughter had like glasses on, this Kool-Aid dyed purple hair, like jet black clothes, like that kind of kid. Was wearing like random little pieces of jewelry. She was probably like 12, maybe 13 years old. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there filling all this stuff out, and this woman is sitting about 6 feet from me, maybe 5. And all of a sudden she says, "Excuse me, are you married?"
To you?
And I kept doing it, and she goes, "Excuse me, sir? And I looked up and I go, "Ma'am?" And she said, "Are you married?" And I was like,
Why are you asking me for your 12-year-old?
So I'm just going to play along. I was like, "No, actually, I'm not. I'm not married." And she said, "Well, you are very well dressed for someone that doesn't have a wife at home."
Thanks, Granny.
What the fuck did that
Did she
mean?
fucking curtsy too?
I said, I just started laughing. Cute, Devin. I know you don't fucking believe the story. It's a real story. But I was
it's
like,
so ridiculous that it has to be
real. It has
real.
to fucking be real.
Or else
yes,
he'd be
I
like,
couldn't
oh,
make
this
that.
lady just said this little thing and then walked in. Like the fact that she curtsied.
She curtsied. Yeah.
I'm giving you the benefit
So
of
the lady
doubt.
was like, yes, I looked like a scrub. And she was like, you just look so nice. I didn't look like a scrub, but she was like, you look nice. And I would just assume.
What were you wearing?
I was wearing a checkered red and blue shirt, gray pants, tennis shoes, and a blue undershirt. And she was like, I mean, don't
you
get
just
me
didn't
wrong.
look like
I didn't look
snazzy
bad.
like she was
But
explaining
I just kind of looked like a guy that. Yeah, she was like, are you married? And I just assumed that like you must have a wife at home because you are.
She dressed you.
Like you're too put together to look that good, basically. And I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not married, but I appreciate it. I said, thank you very much. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. She was, you need to. It looks like you really care about yourself and like you care about what you're doing. And I was like, okay, you're well. So here's what's fucked. That part's not fucked.
Well, real quick, before you get to the fucked. Yeah, it's a compliment, but at the same time, she's basically saying like, well, her first
assumption. She did not think that I was capable.
Yeah, that would be the first assumption. Like,
you should have went full social justice warrior.
Yeah, well, and
what, you don't
I'm
think men can dress themselves?
But I'm not that guy. Yeah. So I took it as like she's an old lady. She's out of touch. She thinks that she's being cute and nice and sweet in front of her granddaughter and maybe teaching her something about social norms. And I'm like, I don't have the space in my life to ever like tear someone up or like put them in their place.
Well, yeah.
I'm just like, okay, sure. You know, if someone's like, hey, you're fat.
I used to be
I'm like,
anorexic.
Like, I just don't even like, I'm not at a point in my life. Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Okay, so
the story's not fucking over. I said, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And she said, I said it just like that or something. And she was like, okay, you're welcome. She turned around and she started murmuring to her, what I'm going to assume was her granddaughter. And then she started talking about my voice. And she was like, hey, do you know that other person, he has such a husky voice too, just like that man. Like talking about me. And she was like,
did she think you were some type of fucking radio star?
It was just, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea.
She wasn't talking to you. She was talking
to her granddaughter,
Yeah.
but about me right in fucking front of me. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah, she thought that I was dressed well enough where I must have a woman at home. And so she basically used it. She was like, you see what I did? It was crazy. Like, you see what I did there? I'm talking to him and I'm being open with him and I'm asking him questions.
She was legitimately training her granddaughter or whatever daughter to like about social norms.
It was very, if I didn't know any better, I would say yes. It was very fucking weird. Like, so then what's funny is that she started talking to her granddaughter about some worldly issue. And her granddaughter said, well, actually, there are scientists that said X, Y, Z. And her grandmother was like, no. There are no scientists that would ever say that. And her granddaughter, who probably knows more about, she's probably forgotten more about science than her grandmother, was like, no, actually, there have been plenty of scientists that have said that, I'm just going to make something up. Global warming is real. And her grandmother was just like, no.
But that's not made up.
No.
Adam's soul left his body.
I had to. I know
Global warming is made up.
He just put his face on the microphone and just gave me like a fuck look.
Right,
global warming is just the Democrats trying to get you to vote. That's all.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Open box policy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Press 1 for more information. It was fucking crazy. The old lady curtsied, and the other old lady basically said that I'm not capable of dressing myself.
Verbally insulted you in a nice way, and then told her daughter, "See, this is how you fucking treat people."
Yeah. So to say all that, basically, I want to know very quickly, obviously, have you ever? Every one of us has gotten into a scenario where we start to talk and we realize like we should just be like, shut up, Jamie. Like, shut up, Adam. Like, just stop talking. You just start saying shit and you can't stop. So, like, do you all have any instances where you're like, you just didn't know when to shut the fuck up?
I mean, I have a problem not having that trigger, unfortunately. Like, I will sometimes just talk, and then keep going. And then
it never occurs to you?
It occurs to me later after I've said everything.
After you said everything.
Yeah,
but
like
never,
I have,
never
like
during.
I have the Glenn complains about this thing I do where like I'll talk to him, and if he doesn't acknowledge what I'm saying, I'll just keep talking. And I could talk for 30 minutes, and if he doesn't say, yeah, okay, I will just keep talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over again until he's like, shut the fuck up, I hear you. I'm like, all you had to do is say you heard me 30 minutes ago. I'm just going to keep talking because you're not acknowledging me. I have a really hard time shutting up. Now, on the other end, what you're saying is I have had a lot of people not censor themselves, especially with my job. I deal with a lot of older men who I am technically in charge of whether they advertise with me or not, or their shit gets into my publication. And I'm talking 7-year-olds who will write emails like, hey, sweetheart, can you put me on the cover this week? You're the best, sweetheart. And then just talk down to me and tell me what to do. And that is a situation where it's like...
7-year-olds?
70.
Oh, 70-year-old. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
where
I'm
they
on board.
just
Sorry.
they
Continue.
just don't... They don't know when to maybe stop talking, and it could be it's obviously a generational thing for sure,
Yeah.
but they just don't know
Different
when
time.
but at the same time it's like I'm not the only person younger than you that you are dealing with on a daily basis. Like there's and I have corrected them and it never stops. They just don't give a fuck. But yeah.
Well,
So mine-
that's some of that is what do you say? Not cultural. It's
generational.
Well, and that could be with the lady in the eyeglass store.
Well, and I'm not saying that it isn't. Yeah,
And
I
the
mean,
curtsy
I don't
lady.
believe that she's just like some quirky old lady. I mean, she probably is a quirky old lady, but a lot of that's generational. I mean,
Yeah.
my parents grew up in the South, and they still have these very prototypical Southernisms and Southern things that they will do.
Yep.
And there are times when it's dated to me because it's 2019 for me, and I'm 40 years old. I'm not 73.
It's 2020.
What? All right. She just keeps,
All right. This concludes this episode.
What?
Yeah. This is Adam.
This is Jamie.
Yeah. I
No,
know.
shut up.
Yeah, tell us yours, Devin.
I have to tell my story. So it's not necessarily what you're asking for, but it's kind of in the same boat. So we had this meeting at my work, and it was like this big party thing. It was like a party meeting. And we have a maintenance guy. He does all of our maintenance, and he just happens to be Hispanic. All right. So from
That's
what
a
I've heard
coincidence.
and from what I've seen, this guy's good at everything, like our maintenance guy. He fucking does everything, knows how to fix everything. He's helped me personally at my work fix like 2 or 3 things at my desk. He's very handy, okay? So we got to talking about like somebody's wife being pregnant or something like that. Oh, it was a baby shower. That's what it was. And we got to talking about like this girl having her baby. And I was like, well, I bet if she had her baby right now, he would be able to deliver it. And people stopped and turned and looked at me. And in my head, I'm like, this is completely justified. He's a handy guy. He knows how to do a lot of shit. So he could probably deliver a baby. I didn't think that he was Hispanic. And typically the stereotype around Hispanics is they have a lot of children. And that's what literally every person around me turned
really?
and thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. You just didn't know when to shut up.
As soon as it fucking left my mouth, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I told y'all the story about I was in this meeting with every manager and then 2 people that are 2 notches above management at my company. And one of the guys above me, like I'm a manager and I manage 9 people, and then I've got a guy above me that manages like 80 people, and then I have someone above him that manages even more people. They're all sitting there, and the guy right above me is saying, he's finishing the meeting, and what can I do for you? What can I possibly remove from your plate today? Is there anything that I could do to make your jobs easier? Yada yada yada. And he ended it with, what can I, what do you need? What do you need right now that'll make your job easier? And I could not help myself. I blurted out sausage. I just said sausage. And he was like, excuse me? And I was like, oh shit. Like that. And everybody in this meeting was like, so the guy above him goes, excuse me, did you just say sausage? And I was like, yes.
You just got to own up to it. I did. I
said sausage. And he was like, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. That's what I would have said. I don't know what's wrong.
So I continued to own it. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm hungry. And he goes, well, why did you think about sausage? And I said, he said, he was like, what do you want? And it just came into my head, and I have an impulsivity problem, and I couldn't help myself. And I was like, it was either that or lasagna. It was,
Throwing some pepperoni, too.
Yeah. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, the times, so Jamie has no filter. She just keeps going.
It's bad.
Devin is prejudiced.
I have good intentions in my heart, but they just come out as prejudice.
Yeah, and I have a legitimate impulsivity problem.
Wow, what a little trio we are.
If this is your first episode of OBP, welcome.
Yeah.
These are our problems.
So now we're gonna end the episode. We're gonna go downstairs and shave my beard.
Oh my god! I can't wait.
The girl that I'm dating, I just texted her and told her what was about to happen, and there is.
What'd she say? Is she going to text me? I bet she'll text me.
No.
Oh, no. I don't want to be. I want to be a part of this so bad, but I don't want to be responsible.
Oh, yes. She doesn't like it.
No, yes. she hates it.
And I'm going to be seeing her tomorrow night, so I hope she doesn't hate me.
Yeah. So we're going to go downstairs. We're going to film that, and then we're going to post it on socials. And I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. I'm actually excited.
I finally won a challenge.
Yeah.
I grew a beard.
I'm so happy. And look, you look fantastic. Your girlfriend loves it. All good for you. Adam
shakes his head.
Sorry, man.
She just texted me again and said, don't shave it. No.
You have to respond back and say, I have to.
Yeah, I have to.
Respond back and say, do it for the podcast, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to end up looking back on this and just being like, I can't fucking believe it.
It will grow back. Yeah. It's temporary.
It's temporary, bro.
Yeah,
just like this podcast.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Anyway, this is Devin.
This is Adam.
This is Jamie.